It's November, life is good. We're doing winter backpacking gear and winter backpacking tips videos. The Oilers are rolling, Connor's back, smoked the Canucks the other night. Life is good. Today we're gonna talk some easy winter backpacking tips that are gonna help keep you warm and comfortable on your next winter backpacking trip. The first one is probably the most important, and in so many ways is probably the most effective, and that's just simply going with other people. Having more hands to complete your camp chores is one of the primary reasons why it's awesome to have other people with you on a winter trip. It tends to get dark earlier, so you're gonna have to have more wood than you usually would. You're probably gonna want a bigger fire because in the wintertime it's colder, and especially when the sun goes down, it gets colder. So you're gonna want a bigger fire, so you're gonna want more wood. So just having more hands to get more wood. And you also get the added benefit of, having company with you around the fire. And it's awesome when you can, go hiking with your good friends and you get that time around the fire to kind of bullshit. That's one of the big reasons why I love winter backpacking is time around the fire with my friends. Soon, very, very soon. Now that time around the fire is important, and why not make it easy to get to that point? When it's cold, you want to burn the least amount of calories to process wood and warm yourself up. The sooner you're going to cut that wood, the sooner you got the fire going, the sooner you're warm, the sooner you're happy and comfortable. Even for summer backpacking trips, this is what I will carry with me. It gives me a nice, very, very sharp 9-inch blade. These Silky saws are professional Japanese pruning saws. These are built for processing and cutting wood. Nothing worse than being out there with one of these like Bobby Bushcraft guys who the second you get all this wood gathered up, they're running around to find, something to split wood on, and they're batoning logs down and, making like really fine little shavings and feather sticks and stuff. And then they got to run around and spend an hour trying to find the right birch bark. And, they're trying to strike their fire steel when, this and this, pretty quick. It's pretty efficient. It's really easy to carry a couple Bic lighters throughout your backpack and just a couple simple good quality fire cubes. Like I use these Zip fire starters. Just one of these cubes here I could break apart and that would be enough to have fires going for me for an entire week, starting like 3 fires a day. These are very, very effective. You don't need to use the whole cube in one shot. Like I said, you can break these apart and you can ration these out if you need to. And I know there's going to be some Karen down in the comment section telling me, oh, once your lighter gets wet, it's not going to work. Well, shut your mouth, because yes, it will. A lighter will work after it gets wet. It's really, really easy. You take it, you flip it upside down, you smack it really hard against your hand, like 15, 20, 30 times. You just smack it, it'll bang all the water off of the flint. Then you strike it and it'll work. And you know what else works really well at keeping you warm and comfortable on a backpacking trip? Hot, delicious liquids to drink. I always overpack. I have an oversupply of hot liquids with me when I go on a backpacking trip. Different hot chocolates and different teas and instant coffee mixes. I carry a little bit of everything with me. And like I said, I carry too much. These kind of things are also really nice for trading around the campfire. I know with our group in the summertime, it's the Crystal Lights. Like I have a bunch of Crystal Lights in my drink bag mix here. We always trade Crystal Lights for, you got this flavor, I got this flavor, let's swap a couple. Same with the hot chocolates. We usually all get the different flavored hot chocolates or teas and stuff, and we're trading and swapping and that kind of thing. So it's, makes for a nice little bartering system and trading around camp. One of the most important tips for keeping yourself warm and comfortable on a winter backpacking trip happens right when you get to your campsite location. As soon as you get there, get your shelter set up. Get your tent set up or your hammock or whatever you're going to be sleeping in for the night. Get that set up. Get your sleeping pad set up. Get your sleeping bag or your quilt out. Let it loft up. You never know what might happen throughout the night. You may be walking across a creek or whatever. You may slip. You may get wet. You may just get really, really bagged and exhausted and tired. And you just want to go to bed. Your shelter's going to be up. It's ready to go. It's a spot you can keep dry. It's a spot you can get warm. You want that ready to go. Get it set up as soon as you get to camp. You'll thank me for it later. Now, when it comes to keeping warm at night on a winter camping trip, a big complaint people have is their feet getting cold. As we're hiking throughout the day, our feet are perspiring. Even in the wintertime when it's cold outside and we may not think our feet are sweating, our feet are perspiring and they are sweating. And when I climb into bed, I've always got these Helly Hansen winter socks. I picked these up at like a workwear place. I work outside a lot in the winter time, so I needed some really good cold weather socks, and I was really happy with these Helly Hansens that I picked up for work. So I picked myself up a pair for my backpacking trips as well. And on really cold nights, I pair those with a set of these Injinji liner socks. They're very lightweight, just a little bit of separation between my toes, and that a little bit extra layer inside I find really gives me a nice little added boost of warmth. And that is more than enough to get me down to those ridiculously cold temperatures like the -30 nights. I find the combination of the two is really nice. It works really well for me. I moved away from wool socks because while I found they would keep my feet warm, they didn't do a very good job at wicking any moisture away. So if I had nights where my feet got warm inside my sleeping bag or my quilt and my feet sweat at all, I would wake up with kind of like clammy feet and my feet just felt gross in the morning. And I find with this kind of combination here, just any moisture that I get inside, if my feet end up sweating and they get overly warm, this really helps wick the moisture away instead of holding it against my feet. Making sure I've got dry feet when I go to bed at night really helps keep my feet warm. Now, obviously gear does help as well when it comes to winter backpacking trips and staying warm and comfortable. And I have shot a bunch of different videos on winter related backpacking gear, and I will pop a couple here and here for you. So check either of those out when you're done with this video. I'm sure you'll find something you'll enjoy there. As always, guys, I am Matty. Thank you guys so dang much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.